In this lesson for Photoshop Elements 9, I'll show you how to use the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is very useful for copying portions of an image to another section of your image and for restoring old photos and touching up damaged photos. Before we start cloning, let's set some options that will help our cloning go easier. From the Edit menu, choose Preferences, then choose Display and Cursors. Set your painting cursor to a normal brush tip and check Show Crosshair and Brush Tip. This will help with precise positioning as we are painting our cloned object on our image. Click OK. Now from the View menu, check Rulers to display the rulers, and this will help us to set guidelines so we can better position our cloned objects. Now on the toolbox, select the Clone Stamp tool. From the Brush preset drop-down, choose a soft round brush, set the mode to normal, the opacity to 100%, and by default the type of stroke is set to aligned. Choose Sample All Layers as well. Sample All Layers will let you choose the pixels from all of the layers in your image rather than the layer that you have currently selected. Now let's set options for the clone overlay. Choose Show Overlay and choose Clipped. Let's start cloning our bird now. From the top ruler, click and drag a guideline over the chick to center it in the chick, and we'll use the guideline in cloning. To begin our cloning, we need to set a reference point for the copies. So position your cursor with the crosshair over a portion of the chick, and then press Alt and click to set a reference point. On the Mac, you would press Option and click. Let's move our cursor over to the right, and notice as we move that the portion of the image that we are going to copy is appearing in our brush tip. Now click and let's start painting. Notice in the left that there is a crosshair that is appearing over the original chick. That's our reference point for painting and copying. And as we paint, notice how that crosshair moves with the brush tip so that we eventually copy all of our chick. Because the stroke option is aligned, that first click that we made on our second chick was very important. It determines where the reference point is for future strokes. The reference point with aligned strokes moves with the brush tip. For example, if I move the brush tip over here and I click, notice that the reference point is now over the second chick. It is the exact same distance and angle from the brush tip as the first click we made to start our second chick. And let's start painting. If I release the left mouse button and then I move down to finish painting our chick, notice how the reference point on the left has moved the same distance as the brush on the right, so that when I paint the chick in, it completes that chick starting where I had left off. Notice too that if I move down and I click and start painting, the reference point on the left has moved with the brush point on the right, and it now is over a blank blue spot, so it is just painting blue and not painting our chick in. Let's uncheck Aligned. Now let's move over our first chick again and press Alt and click or Option and click to set a new reference point. Let's move down and start painting a chick down below. Notice how the reference point above is moving as I'm painting, as long as I have the left mouse button pressed down. Once I release the mouse button, Let's move over to the middle and click and start painting again. But notice now that the reference point has stayed exactly where we first put it when we selected it on the first check. So because the reference point is not aligned with the brush tip, it's starting over at the exact spot where you started painting. If I were to release the left mouse button now and then move down here to start painting again, I would be painting the chick again from the same position and not completing the chick. Again, if I click and then start painting, I am painting the whole chick from that first position that was fixed that we selected. So when the stroke option is aligned, the reference point moves with your brush cursor. When the reference point is not aligned, the reference point stays fixed on that original click that you first made. This can be very confusing while you're learning it, but with more experience you'll be able to choose the type of alignment that will work with the edits that you want to do.